Yo, welcome back.
Yeah.
Episode 19.
Yeah.
How everybody feeling?
Feeling
Tired.
good. Feeling good.
Oh,
I'm tired. I'm feeling good, man. This is a beautiful day out here. How you
right.
feeling, Jay?
Feeling great, man. We finally
Oh,
dodged that heat wave.
oh man. This ain't for the
You
weak, man. This is not for the weak. People like, I love this weather. I'll be like, yeah, God bless your heart. God bless your
um,
heart.
yeah, so summer is here, and of course that means draft time, off season, in the NBA.
Okay, it's that time.
Shout out to the Thunder for taking the chip home. Shout out to Halliburton. Hate to see him go down, but that's business, right?
It is. That is. That is. Well,
But yeah, just want to kind of jump right into it. As y'all know, the draft was last night, first round of the draft. Obviously, just we knew what was coming. Cooper Flagg going number one. Best play in the draft. Just real quick, how y'all feeling? How's
Blue,
everybody?
Blue
What y'all
Devil.
think of the pick? How y'all feel about the Mavericks?
It's kind of
Give
crazy.
you all what you thinking?
Kind of crazy, y'all. I ain't even going front. Trying to get myself in the podcast mood, but we gonna talk about that Cooper, super duper
Talk
Cooper,
about
the super duper
cool.
Cooper Club, the Cooper Club. I'm a
Super,
Cooper.
super crazy.
I'm a Cooper member. You feel me?
I'm a
Number one
Cooper
player
member.
ever graced the Duke jersey. Best player to ever do it. Going number one to a team that's
First,
stacked.
yeah. First of all, we will not disrespect Kyrie Irving. We
No
will
Kyrie Smoke?
not disrespect We will not
What's a
disrespect
Cooper
Uncle
on the
Drew.
like?
We will not disrespect the greatest
Yeah,
number
Brody
one
didn't
to
get there
come
yet. I
from.
knew he was talking
What?
about.
What?
I said
You
Cooper's like.
forgot. You forgot, huh? You forgot, huh? You forgot. Step back on Steph
About the
Curry,
Euro?
Game 7. You forgot? Nah,
Player
I
of
think
the
you forgot, bro.
player of the year is a freshman. He like the third person to do that in
God,
history.
God bless it. God bless his heart.
Oh,
Oh
Kyrie
shit!
is an NBA champion.
Oh, hold on. Think it's an earthquake? Nah, what was going on?
He had me a little nervous. I stopped. You saw the mood change. I was like, wait, hold up. Bro
I
was
think
rattled.
it's on the phone. We good though.
Nah, disrespecting Uncle Drew. Disrespecting. Come on, man.
Y'all
But
not
shout
rocking
out
with
to Coop though.
y'all
Shout out
not
to
rocking
Cooper though. Oh, I'm rocking with Coop. I'm rocking with Coop. I'm
with
rocking with the
Kyrie?
Coop. Yeah,
I'm
he
not.
was one overall in Cleveland.
No one,
Yep.
right? I
Probably
mean,
would have been player of the year if he
I was
played
about to
more than
say.
11 games.
I was about to say if he played 11 games, he would be probably
That's a fact.
the best player hands down. But Coop was hooping. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
I like that
yeah.
pick. I
White
like
boy
that pick.
bad. White
What
boy
you think?
bad, man.
Because we over here.
Yeah, we're going crazy, but we about to start a whole nother argument and messing with cool. I'm like, going disrespect, huh? Come
Yeah,
on,
Uncle Drew.
man. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all know. I think the Pie fam know that's my favorite player since after Cole retired. So like that, yeah. You know how I feel about that. Like that's always going to defend Kyrie. You about to go
Coop,
make me put on the Kyrie jersey in here, bro. You better stop playing, bro. About to make me go get
We're
the
about to go in the closet. Yeah.
Coop might be my new favorite player coming into the league. No games played.
nah. Shout out to Coop, and I think it's going to be a perfect situation for him because he gets this year to grow. Like the expectations for Dallas is not really high since we know Kai going to be down for like the entire season. I think, but he was saying he pushing for January. But I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. I'm not talking about 50-60% Kyrie Irving. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. We might not get that until the following season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Everything with the healing go right. But perfect situation, bro. You get KD. You get AD. You get Clay. You get Kyrie, and you get to walk right into a situation with those guys. Oh yeah, I think sky's the limit for him. Sky's the limit. He's gonna get to play through his mistakes, which is gonna be great, right? So, sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm just hoping that he at least feels less pressure in this moment. But obviously, being the number one pick, that's par for the course. There's going to be pressure on you, as the number one guy. People are going to be expecting you to take that franchise to new heights and obviously surpass whatever Luka was doing. But yeah, like you said, I just hope that he just could flourish in a team like that. Like it's a lot of veterans. Like those, that's the perfect setup that you want to have, right? Like, I know there's I was looking at his draft profile earlier. They're going through like his strength, weaknesses, and they were saying like a lot of what was in question was just like his shot creating and his ability to kind of just get to his spot and be able to make tough shots. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but I feel like that thing could kind of be fixed, especially if you looking at him and saying he's got everything else. He's saying he could play defense. They're saying he has great vision. He's a great passer. He
Wait, what you said
great
that he need to fix? I'm sorry, I missed
his
that.
like shot creating ability, like his ability to
Who
just
said that? Who said that?
just looking at his draft profile, like like when you look at the ESPN like
Who
little
made
ticker box and it shows like the profile. What was that?
who made that profile?
Shout out to
I don't
Jay for
know.
even referencing them things, man.
They
Because
not.
that's a crazy take.
They not.
All right, maybe get better. Everybody can always get better, I think. So I guess
Yeah.
by the technical terms, they're not saying anything wrong. But usually when they saying that, they're usually trying to identify it as some crazy deficiency that
Hmm.
somebody has. They're not just saying like everybody should just naturally progress. That's bullshit, man.
Right.
That's bullshit. That's Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah, like
this
if
this
you.
world of going viral, even in your
Mhm.
reporting now, is just crazy, bro. Like you can say anything. He has to get better. What? We watched the same dude?
Or
The one that was cooking them up in the
we
Olympics,
we
in the Olympic practices and
I don't
stuff?
know. That's what it should have been. Weaknesses. I don't
The
know.
player of the year? Yeah.
But
Weakness. He
Yeah,
18.
word, like young,
Weakness. He
that's
18.
what I thought.
he young.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I thought.
he ain't got a grown man body yet. That's the weakness.
Not shooting.
I'm like, wait till he hit his prom. They gonna it's gonna be saying a lot different.
Jesus.
Man, telling you.
Crazy man.
It's just always something crazy. Always got to be something a little bit over the top when they talk about these players.
Hmm.
Cooper, that boy, Cooper, that boy. Everything is always fingers crossed with injuries, but beyond that, I have no concerns that he gonna be the boy, and it'll be dope if he gets through this year. Like I don't want to put the Luka pressure on him, right? Because Luka was first team All NBA his second season. I'm not putting that pressure on nobody. Like Luka's
Yeah.
Luka. I do think if he can come into like go into his second year and people are debating if he's the second best player on the team, even if he's not, I think Dallas is going to be in a good place. Like if he's clearly number 3, I'm unsure, especially AD another year on his body, Kyrie another year on his, and those two guys unfortunately have injury concerns. Same with Clay.
Right.
You never know which Clay you're going to get. But now if they go into their second year, because I don't have any expectations the rookie year, I think they're just playing with house money. But in that second year, when I think Kyrie is going to be Kyrie, if Coop like the second best player on that team, oh yeah, and I think it's doable. I think he's that good. I think it's doable. I
That'll
think
be fun to watch.
100%.
Yeah.
Probably, and at that point, having Kyrie, because I think that's who will slide down to 3. Having Kyrie as the third best player on your team.
What do y'all think of what do y'all think about like his output? What do y'all see like his projections for his first season? Y'all think he like a
25 and
20
5.
guy? 25?
He capping.
25 and 5.
Oh, he's saying 20 points,
Yeah.
5 rebounds, 5 assists.
I thought
I
he
heard
said
25 and 5 too. I said bro bugging. Bro don't mean that, but then I realized what he was saying. But yeah, I think I was going somewhere like 18,
20.
5 and 6, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's high teens though, for sure. I'm not trying to play the Price is Right game with but I just in my mind I had it at 18,
Yeah, I think he could come into the league way between what me and doing. Like
Yeah.
me being real high on him, I'm gonna say 20. I don't think he should score less than 20. Especially based on the game. His game is like the basketball court is too open. He should
Yeah.
definitely scoring pretty easy. I ain't gonna lie. Players aren't as poor as him in the league, and then he got two big bodies that's playing right next to him, so it's gonna be a problem.
I do
Yeah, man.
think that's why I say second season. I do think the exhaust of the NBA season is just going to naturally catch up to them as it do
Right.
all rookies, like playing 82 games in a year and then potentially going to the playoffs and playing more. Their body's not built for that. I don't care how much basketball he's been playing so far. You don't play 82 games on any other circuit that you're in before you make it to the NBA. So I think just adjusting to the day-to-day grind of the NBA, not his skill set, not his talent, but just getting comfortable with his footing, the travel, all of everything that comes with preparing for an NBA game, learning how to read film, right? Understanding who I'm looking for, the matchups, and that's going to take some time, even more than 1 year. But I do think by the second year, we'll probably see an exponential jump, sort of like how we did with Luka.
Do the Echo sound fine to y'all?
Nah,
I
I'm good.
hear Echo. Yeah.
Like I've heard Echo like in the audio. I'm sorry. I just want.
No,
Yeah, from that bullshit you said about Cooper Flagg, your headphones should be fucking up. Yeah, greatest number one overall. I'm surprised the screen ain't crashed on you. It should have just crashed with a picture of Kyrie. Like, what
just
are
kick
you
him out.
talking about? Kick him out. The disrespect.
Post that picture,
But
Uncle
I'm
Z.
really a low key. Dallas low key is like not even low key anymore. They high key got to be my second favorite team in the league. With all of the players that they have on it, Kyrie
Yeah.
my favorite player. Obviously, AD always gonna be my guy. Laker for life to me. Cooper
Mm.
Flagg, Duke Blue Devil. Derek Lively, Duke Blue Devil. Clay is Clay. So it's like, yo,
Clay should
how could you?
Duke Blue.
He should have been.
He should have definitely came around. Damn.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun time with Coop.
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah.
Pause.
But
Pause.
They
hey,
should have picked.
Pause. Pause. That was crazy. I think it's
that
gonna
was,
be a fun time with Coop. Yeah, that's
so what you
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I plead the fifth.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's always the biggest story in the NBA is just the West is constantly changing. So I think that's a great segue into so far talking about all these off season moves that have been happening. How
Huh.
y'all feel about that? Like we got freaking the Suns moving Durant to Houston. Like we got a lot of changes. It was that Kristaps trade, the Desmond Bain trade. Like how y'all feeling about the KD trade? What y'all think of that?
My thoughts immediately to the KD trade goes to like, the amount of player control in the NBA is just crazy, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying it's just like acknowledging that it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
To make a team not get a better trade package for you, and for you to go to a team and that team in return. Shout out to Jalen Green. I love his upside. Don't get me wrong, but that team in return didn't even get one of your two best players or a reasonable draft pick. Because
Yeah.
I think Thompson and Sengun are their two best players. Shout out to Jalen Green. I think the upside's there. Thompson and they was able to keep both those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that's where my mind automatically goes, like when I start thinking of those trades. If you talking about on the court, I gotta see it. I gotta see it, man. I think where the growth curve is for like Sengun and Thompson, KD is like in win now mode, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
gotta hope those two things matches each other fairly quickly too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were second in the West last year. I don't think this move make them better than Oklahoma City. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, the move kind of,
It's a different.
at two. I just think it keeps them at two, which what they was last year.
Yeah. Yeah. What you think of?
I think I think I think KD's starting to get to a weird part of getting traded, a weird part of his career because he's starting to look. He he's starting to seem like he's a how do I put it, like a dynasty killer. And he put out a statement where he's like he's not done killing these people, and everybody was like, "What
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
you
First.
in the future?" So he's starting to get to a weird part of his career where he needs to hopefully win soon, or maybe look into next what's next, because I don't want him to go down a path of where what he's done. He's teetering. He's teetering a crazy line. So
Yeah,
that's
he's at
why
that age, right? What is he like, 36,
KD
35,
37.
37? Damn. Yeah,
teetering
yeah.
that where people gonna start talking about him like he regular. Definitely.
Like
He
try to be mellow.
he's a beyond world player, and he getting
Yeah.
traded. He
But
like
still a 50, 40, 90 guy. You know what I mean? Like it's just a weird kind of
people starting to
understanding
people
because
the better Thunder, bro. So it's like he gotta tighten up.
yeah, bro. It's just I'm kind of torn because I also try to think about like KD was 50, 40, 90 last season too. They didn't even make a playing game.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how potent the offense is going to be. I think Jalen Green was their best scorer. The numbers said it. I don't think, he was their best player. I don't think he was their second best player. But you're going to have great defense from Thompson, right? We got to see what that next step from Sengun is going to look like. But you're going to rely on KD to really still be the number one option, as opposed to, I think, what he seemed to have been looking for previously. And I could be wrong. I think he more so wanted to share that mantle with somebody. He didn't
Hmm.
want to feel the need to be and I could be wrong about that, because KDC, he might retweet this and our lives might change. He might be shitting on us. But
Yeah,
yeah,
facts, right?
like
He always
for
working.
real. He always working, man. Shout out to KD though. But yeah, it's just, I hope it works, but I don't. And when I say work, I think we even got to define what success looks like. I think success for them would have to be a finals. I don't think they gave up enough to where if they don't ever make a finals, they'll regret the trade. So I will say conference finals. We got to get to the conference finals. Maybe if they gave up Thompson or Sangoon, then I'd be like, oh yeah, you got to go win a championship because you just traded your young core. They didn't. They just gave up Jalen Green, respectfully. So for me, I think making it is conference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm in the same realm as Dwayne.
So
I kind of look at it as like the way that like the Knicks structured that roster. They did make it pretty far this year, and it's like you see those contracts and you see the pieces they get, and it's like, all right, like you got to try to win something. It's only gonna last but so long before the contracts start expiring. Can't afford guys, or injuries start setting. Obviously, we've seen that based on the way that Tibbs was running these guys, through the mud, playing 42 minutes. So it's the same thing here. It's like you trade for this guy who's up in age, and like O said, you don't want to treat him like he regular. It is Kevin Durant at the end of the day, but you trade for a guy like that, and you practically, like Dwayne said, you practically gave away your best scorer. And so who do you rely on? It's like, is Kevin Durant still your number one guy? I don't know if Sangoon is fully there yet, but he also has a different play style. He might not have to be that guy, but and then it's like, what do you do with the rest of that team? So I think, yeah, like it does put them in a weird position where they have to be like, all right, we need to win something. So like Dwayne said,
Yeah,
I think gotta be conference finals, gotta get there. You can't bet on somebody like Kevin Durant and not get to that point, not be the 1 seed or the 2 seed, and being up there trying to battle the Thunder or whoever else is up next. You got to, like, Kevin Durant only has
that's
but so long.
that's real.
You can only get so many 28-point per game seasons from that guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. I mean that, and watching the new BBG trio in Phoenix. Yo, I hope they take the court at the same time. I need Booker, Bill, and Green all in. That's the BBG. That's the BBG trio. We trademarking that. BBG,
BBG.
BBG in Phoenix, man. Man, it's gonna be a bunch of no defense, 20+ shot per game.
Oh man.
Yo, Phoenix turned into the team that you rest your stars for. It's like, go ahead, Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect, go compete in that game. Even if y'all lose, it's probably only going to be by 2 or 3. So go ahead. Go ahead. That's
Yeah.
sad. Shout out to BBG, man. Damn. 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 No, they got Dylan Brooks too, so they BBBG.
Brooks, Booker, Beal, and
They the real triple B. Shout out to LeVar Ball.
I like that. I think they'd be okay. I like the pickup they had in the draft.
yeah, they actually tried. They actually tried to string together a front court. I did see that.
They're gonna be competing for the play-in.
They picked up the Duke young boy, the center.
Yeah, they're gonna be competing for the play-in. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I heard
Same
that
thing.
guy is decent. That guy is decent.
That's better than what they did last year. They wasn't even competing for the play-in, so it's it's gonna be a step up. You can only go up from here if you Phoenix.
Honestly,
It's no going. Pause. It's no going further down.
That's
What
true.
you gonna do? Go from 13th to 4th?
yeah.
The sky's bright for them. Shout out to Phoenix, man. And the Suns always got a warm spot in my heart. But shout out to Phoenix.
The West is gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But really quick, I also wanted to transition to that Celtics trade. Was that Porzingis in them? What's with that second apron thing? I don't fully understand that. Does anybody actually know what that's about? It's like what the team can't afford. Like they're not trying to pay a player a certain amount, or like they get taxed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the one to try to explain the second apron to you because I'm still trying to understand what second apron mean. It's like just kind of came around. So, if you could kind of explain it a little better.
I think I'm not fully familiar, but I think it's basically what you said, that if they try to, like, for instance, try to pay like a third superstar like a contract, they're gonna get taxed substantially
Mm,
to the point where it doesn't really even make sense to put like a better.
got you. Nah, I kind of get it. But I'm
That's why
like, but to boot Porzingis and Giroux, like that's damn.
they
That's
kind of
like,
ridiculous though.
yeah, yeah. But I'm like, what's the state? Like, I don't know. Everybody was like, Boston is it. Well, before Tatum injury, everybody was like, Boston is it in the East. So I'm like, what do they even do now? Like, you lost two. I feel like two
I think those guys was out.
good guys.
I think those guys was out either way.
Mm.
It's from
Yeah,
the they gave Jason Tatum, and they was
100%.
they were trying on the must win moment. They was hoping to repeat it for real, and let them.
Yeah,
But
that was the window. They didn't have a long. They did that team the way they was constructed did not have a long window.
yeah,
They just
that's
didn't.
that's even with the old CBA or whatever.
Yeah, they just didn't.
It was
Yeah,
it was a wrap after this year.
And if you of the 5, if you had to ask me which 2 are the most tradable, I think they traded the 2 most tradable ones, respectfully. And they get Anthony Simons back in the deal, who's a bucket. I
yeah.
that's dope. That's
Good
dope.
play.
At the same time, they don't win the ring without Drew, so they got the ring, and I think that's what the goal got to be. I think the Warriors and Bron and the Spurs and even the Lakers to a degree kind of spoiled us into thinking that teams are supposed to be repeating and three-peating like it's just a normal thing to do in sports. Like we had a different champion in the NBA for I think like the last 5-6 years. So it's like you gotta
Yeah,
go grab one. Anything more than one is cherries on top. It's luxuries. You gotta go grab one.
that's
When
a
you
plus.
putting together these teams, that's why nobody would ever say Boston is a failure now because they got one. That's why
Right.
people are saying the Clippers was a failure. They didn't get one. They would never say the Lakers was a failure with Braun because Braun got one.
They got
Anything
one.
after that, you playing with house money. So they did what they were supposed to do, and then got under the second apron. I did find an explanation. I was looking it up online. It says the second apron in the NBA is a spending threshold that triggers additional layers of penalties for exceeding certain limits. The
Mm.
NBA operates with a soft cap, meaning teams can still spend over the limit, usually by paying the luxury tax to keep their roster intact without too much enforcement. The second apron is the final spending limit franchises can go into before facing severe team building penalties. First, there's the luxury tax, which helped the Golden State Warriors build their recent dynasty. It's not really explaining it though.
That's more just like, hey.
Yeah, just give you like explain to me in layman's. I just read that shit for a waste of time. Maybe somebody watch that shit, watch this, and be like, huh, I get a little bit because I still don't. I don't know what the hell I just read.
We need the GM gurus to come in the comments and help us.
Well, for real. But yeah, no, there's a lot of parity in the NBA right now, man. A lot of different teams winning, and I think I enjoy a sport a little bit better than watching a dynasty is cool, but you don't want to watch 3-4 dynasties. I think that's where you go. All
That's
right,
true.
Watching one is fun. Then after that, parity. Same thing in the NFL. Come on, somebody else in the AFC, please go to the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? So, not to make it a football topic, but the parity is needed.
Yeah. No, I get that. Nah, for sure. But yeah. I mean, yeah. Off season is seems like it's going well. Lots of trades. Draft just happened. It's shaping up to be interesting. What y'all thinking about heading into the season? What do y'all like? Too early to predict predictions. who y'all got being coming out on top? I say like y'all top 3 seeds in East and West.
Yeah, I got Luka for MVP. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I think he's gonna come out dog this year. But top 3 teams, I still think it's gonna be Oklahoma City. I think Houston's gonna be there if everybody's healthy, and probably the Lakers or the Nuggets. I think those are gonna be the top 3 West teams. Joker's still Joker, and I think the East. I think the Knicks better be the number 1 seed this year. They
Yeah,
better be. They
see.
better. I don't want to hear no Cleveland. Shout out to the Knicks. Better have home court advantage throughout the playoffs next year. All their top competitors except for Cleveland got somebody down next year.
Yeah.
Everybody you got to worry about, they got a star player out with a torn Achilles. The Knicks better grab it. Now, I think it's going to be the Knicks, Cleveland, and I do think the third probably going to be Orlando. That's probably where I would go with my top 3 with that Desmond Bain trade. Yeah, I think they're going to snatch top 3.
What you think of?
My West is pretty much the same. The same as Dwayne's. That my West is pretty much the same. And as far as the East, I think the Knicks could be 1. I think Orlando could be number 2. I got Philly number
Philly? Oh wow. Damn.
3.
Even without Joel Embiid?
Huh?
Without Joel Embiid?
I heard he's coming back.
You think he'll be ready to start the season?
That's what they were saying.
Oh,
What injury did he even have?
His knee.
Like his knee.
Yeah, okay. It's always a knee.
No, but if he healthy and starting, I thought he wasn't going to be able to start the season. But I agree with you on that though.
He was talking about Philly's coming out ready to go type.
Oh, okay.
I heard that yesterday. So we'll see. But Philly come out ready, like and try to take the East. He'll mess around and be number 1 if Joel Embiid is healthy, because they have a really good. I ain't gonna lie. And if Paul George really take the criticism well and come out playing, they definitely have a 1. I doubt it.
Say that again. If Paul George what?
Do anything worth Paul George worth.
My guy, way off Pete.
Well, you gotta play like PG nothing. Just be Paul George, bro.
Bro, if Jackson Hayes could average 12 and 10, bro, we would be in the NBA final.
Yeah.
You had me until the Paul George. I'm like, bro, right. And B come back, they had some solid draft picks. Obviously, Maxi's a star. Instead of Paul George, I forgot he was even on that team. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm like, yeah, they got Maxi and Embiid, solid, one of the best, 1-2 punches in the league. They looking solid, good picks. I forgot. The curse of all curses is on that team. Come on. My fault, bro.
Yeah,
Love
I
you,
don't know
Paul George.
why.
love you.
Yeah, shout out. Listen, this is not about Paul George the human. We don't know these people. I'm talking about what I see on the basketball court. Like, shout out to Paul George too. Hope he all well, recovered, get back to the game. Hope the family well, everything. It's no ill will. It's just I just know what we've seen from him recently. I would love to look back on this pod a year from now and be like, oh yeah, I mean, Paul George set me up.
Shout out to the greatest trade of all time, Paul George versus SGA. Oh man.
Shit, Indiana could argue that Indiana could argue that theirs was better, bro. both both those teams ended up rebuilding off Paul George trades. Bro. Like both of them.
Crazy.
That's how
And they both in the final.
word.
Yeah, that's how they both started the rebuild.
It should be Paul George should feel weird.
He should get a ring. I'm advocating now on this pod. Paul George deserves a ring, an honorary ring.
Participatory ring.
But it got to be different. It can't be the same ring that the Thunder get. This is just an honorary ring. Like, fam, like we traded you. Yeah, exactly, right? We traded you to the Clippers, and now we have the reigning regular season and finals MVP from that trade. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. The reigning regular season. Oh, we got to add this in there now, too. Western Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. Damn. What a trade. That's my most favorite. That might be my most favorite trade in NBA history. Looking back on it, as much as I dislike the Clippers, as much as I dislike Paul George choosing the Clippers over us, this might be in the SGA, obviously, I know, second favorite player in the league. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I think one of them other first round picks they sent got them Jalen Williams. Oh. Yeah. Thank you. That makes me happy. Second greatest thing to your favorite team winning the championship is watching the team you hate the most fail miserably. I don't know. Those two feelings might be hand in hand. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, watching the team you don't like just crash and burn. Woo!
Lakers fan. Thank you.
Man, shout out to the Clippers, man. They keep on clipping.
All right. That was great. But I do actually want to start to move things along because, as you know, we gotta do our WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep. The other side of the paint to the pit. We going to the pit.
Let's go to the pit.
So yeah, we got Night of Champions coming up. But I mean even before we get to that, I just kind of want to get y'all, quick thought about just how y'all feel about the state of WWE right now. How do y'all feel about where things are progressing? What do y'all think about Gunther getting his title back? Just kind of how everything's been positioned right now. Damn, we got to talk about the injuries too. Damn,
I think we should rotate. Let Jay, you start this topic off, bro. We were starting off all of the other NBA topics. Yeah, you start this one, bro.
Okay, bet because I am a little fed up.
Yeah, talk your talk, bro.
I'm a little fed up.
At a 2K, angry. He's oh yeah. This about to be the one.
I ain't gonna lie, they did Jey Uso dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't like I don't like him just dropping a bet on a random Monday Night Raw. I'm so annoyed with it. Just it got me to a point. I'm tired of just the way they've been booking everything and just how that's progressed. And I feel like the creative team keeps falling for the online chatter, and I stand by that. I understand how people think that Jey Uso is completely dirt and he's like a 4 or 5 move guy, and that's all you're gonna get out of him. But I'm like, to go into WrestleMania, give this guy the Royal Rumble, have him so over, be just this ultimate hype man, and just like he's the ultimate babyface. You put him into WrestleMania, give him the title, and then you drop it in 60 days. It's just like, what are we doing? And I understand. I'm fully on board with, okay, like the booking is tough. Like, who do you pair with him? Like, what story do you build with him? And it was a little hard to do that. I get it. But to just turn around and go like, all right, you know what? We're gonna bring Goldberg back, and it's gonna give his last match versus Gunther for the title, and it's just like have Jey Uso drop the belt and just kick him out the world title scene, and now he's fighting for a crown. It's just like
He's not fighting for
I
that.
don't know. Is he not?
Nah, yeah, he lost to Cody.
He did lose to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. Oh, it's Cody and Randy. Yes, 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 yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, yes. Got you. But yeah, just yeah, having to move to that picture is just like I don't know. He just lost all his momentum now. That's how I feel. I'm like, what do you do with a character like that now? Are they just gonna pair him with Jimmy again and just do the whole Uso thing, Uso tag? I don't know, man. I'm struggling with that one. It just gets me upset to have someone have so much momentum and just not really doing anything with that. It's like it's kind of almost like they set him up to fail, but that's I get it. It's business, right? You gotta put asses in seats. So I don't know. What y'all think? What you think? Oh,
Well, I think with Jimmy Uso, he has to have a full circle moment to get his belt back, so that the second one means more than the first.
mm-hmm.
I think he felt for a substantial amount of time. To me, he held it from WrestleMania about 60 days. I think he did the job. I think he did a good job. I think he was starting to get more comfortable, and I think that's where the problem lies for me. They took the belt from him when he was starting to seem more like a champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little weird. That's the only little weird to me is he was starting to get the traction of a champion, starting to feel like he was actually.
Nah,
But I
100%.
think that's gonna make the second run also better because now he had a feeling of what it's like, and he didn't know. Man, I'm big. You know what I'm saying? Now he is gonna be more like I belong here. Like this ain't no.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying this ain't no gimmick. This ain't no just a yeet show. This is what it is. Like I'm Jey Uso. I came from this, and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fully what some of the hardcore fans feel like it should have been the first time. Is gonna be what it should be the second time, hopefully. But I hope he get the belt soon. And then the way I see it happening, honestly, I think he's gonna win the belt back somehow. And then that's when Seth Rollins should come out with the case or whatever.
Ooh,
And then
ooh.
they be making the fans like hate him more, but giving Jey Uso that pop, like, yeah, that's our champion right there. So possibly, grow more as a character or fall back and be able to play the background a little bit as our champion, but not the current champion. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about Jey Uso. But as far as WWE as a whole, I think they're at a point where right now they're trying to figure out where they want to go with the season because they're trying to listen to fans. They're listening to a lot of shit right now, and they're not really focused on what the game should be for them specifically. They're trying to make the fans happy, make TKO happy, make
Mm-hmm.
this that happy, make the wrestlers happy. When they need to get back to business being business, fuck it. If some people not happy, it is what it is. You can't make everybody happy. And Triple H need to find a way to show that he has full control and power of the situation. It seems like he's starting to lose power.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I can't really because I don't know when you can't call it WWE when it seems like everything is going like this. Triple H is not in full control. He's
I agree. I agree.
Nah,
he
100%.
loves he love that shit too much for everybody to be like, I don't even know where we going as fans. So he love that shit too much, and he loved the fans too much for it to ever be that. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely what the landscape feels like.
I know for a fact my favorite wrestler of all time ain't gonna be on some bullshit like that. He really cared, like he really cared about the product and the people that he not only putting in the ring, but the people that he got sitting in the chairs and at home. He care about all of that. All of it go hand in hand to him. I feel like TKO is at a point where they just want the money so bad, they money hungry, and it's throwing off the business part of the whole situation, and it causing a little like in-house scuffle in a sense.
Like all the internal struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Internal struggle right now to where And that's why we keep hearing the Vince McMahon news coming out randomly
They're trying to buy it back.
out of a superpower struggle, and now people they don't know what's the right regime to trust or something like that. Maybe going on. So, I don't know. That's how I feel. What you thinking, Dwayne? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah, bro. Don't apologize. I think both of y'all making some good points that made
Yeah,
me
no.
sit here and think about some great things. And I think y'all said a lot on Jey Uso, so I'm gonna just take the other route.
Mm-hmm.
I think we really have to really got to start putting a little bit more pepper and salt when we talk about Gunther, because I think Gunther is arguably the best in-ring performer in WWE. I think he that match he had with Jey Uso, although it was on Raw, like that was the best I've seen Jey Uso look in a match, probably the whole
It's
title run.
34
And
court. I like that.
I
It makes
do, but that Gunther match made me feel like what I used to feel like watching wrestling when I was younger. Both these guys putting each other in sleepers and you playing with my anxiety. That's what I want to feel when I watch a match. And like, it wasn't the conventional finish, but I think Gunther to me is just the perfect person to have hold a belt that you can really put over there with anybody. And I don't think you can say that with Jey Uso in terms of putting on a quality match. I'm not talking about the promo. I'm not talking about the hype, the merch sales, the ticket sales. Jey Uso put butts in seats. We never going to take that from Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about in-ring match. Like, you really going to be fully invested? Yeah, I think Gunther's that guy. And I think that's why if they wanted to put a cap on Goldberg's career, if this truly is a cap, because these retirement matches get tiring to me, but if this is truly a cap on Goldberg's career, I think he has one of those careers that deserve a nice send out. And I think there's no better person to give him that match right now than Gunther, that could
yeah.
really probably take some of the botches that's going to come, probably could take a little bit more of the physicality that's going to be in a match like that, and can still deliver and dish it back out. I think that's important too. Like, Gunther's physique make him believable in the ring. So I just wanted to take a moment to highlight
And
how great Gunther is. And I never thought he should have lost the belt. I think I was on record saying that before. Shout out to Jey Uso. I just never thought he should have lost the belt. I just don't think it was the time. And I think you kind of see why they put it back on him quickly. Even Seth cashing in, I think for the optics, like, Jey Uso would have been cool maybe a little closer to the bloodline. But now I think optically it looks better if Gunther is fighting on a Braun Breaker, or if Gunther got to beat up a Bronson Reed. It makes for a believable fight and a believable storyline. So I I appreciate Gunther getting the belt back. I'm with y'all on Jay. Like, both things can be true.
Mhm.
You know, like, they did Jay wrong, but I do think they put the belt on somebody. If you're really trying to give Goldberg a retirement match, if you're really trying to make this money in the bank thing matter, you need the workhorse. You need that
yeah,
workhorse that people
Yeah.
that's gonna put on 5-star matches, because you know you're not getting that from your other belt right now. You know? So you can't have both your belts not putting on 5-star matches. The other belt is just putting on 5-star promos. Respectfully. The matches aren't five, but that's okay, because this is not John Cena anymore. So it's not an
That's the
insult.
point.
He's not 35, 30-year-old John Cena no more. So you need him to really oversell in the promo, and the match just got to be average.
It's gonna be
that's
gonna
five
be what it
star.
is.
Yeah, we are we looking for a classic CM Punk John Cena match? No, we're not. I'm not.
Nah,
If you
nah.
are, oh, God bless your heart. I'm not. I can't look for that at this point. I think,
I'm,
yeah, that's where I'm at with, like, Gunther. I think the overall state of the WWE, I think, is shitty just watching all of these injuries pile up. But
mm-hmm.
again, I think, an injury for one is sad and unfortunate, but it's an opportunity for somebody else to step the hell up, bro. Like, it just feels like I'm watching WWE and, like, they're just missing Roman. I never felt this way before. Like, even when Stone Cold left, it's like you missed him for a little bit, but then you
Mm-hmm.
still had a crop of superstars that made you go, all right, we still good. We still, when it
Right,
was time for The Rock to go to his movies, it was like,
right.
damn.
We can hold
But we
this
still
in.
got, we still got, we still got ton of talent, so we still good. Now it just seems like with Roman going, there's like this big void in WWE. And I know his contract was in the news recently, speculations that TKO wanted to reduce his contract. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like when you reach that type of status where you don't even have to make public appearances and your cachet is still cream of the crop. It's like, damn, where like and shout out to Cody, but I always said this: the chase was always gonna be better than the victory. It was always gonna be. Cody blew up, and again, I'm not gonna make it anti-Cody. I'm trying to calm down on that now because he lost the belt, so I can not be as big of a hater. But it's the same things. What are we seeing? What are we looking for? So shout out to John Cena because he gonna hold it down. Like, but what happens after the year? You know what I mean? Like, this is a temporary fix. And the only other thing I wanted to include on WWE, I know O said it before, but like, shout out to Naomi, man. Like, when you watch somebody, and I know we do our shout outs later, but I did have a different shout out for that segment. But I did just lastly on wrestling. Shout out to Naomi, man. Like, holding it down, putting on great matches. More importantly, putting on great promos, and the promos outside the ring, on Twitter, on socials and stuff. I love the activity. I love to see when wrestlers do that, you know, and they're active. Like, brand yourself more. And I think Naomi was one we watched put in work as a black woman in WWE for a long time. So I know she already won the WWE, the women's championship. So it's not like that's, you know, something she has to chase to, you know, highlight her career, but just to see her continuously to improve. And I feel like this is peak her now, and she's not even champion. You know, I feel like she's in peak form when everything clicked from the promo to the in ring and everything else around it. So shout out to Naomi, man. And I think the Seth Rollins faction is trash, the Oracle. But I stop there.
That's the name of it?
Yeah, the Oracle. I heard Paul Heyman called them that, and then I read somewhere that W is trademarking it. So I don't know if it's true, but Paul Heyman did call them that. That's true. I don't know if it's their confirmed name, is what I mean, but I don't know if that's true. I just started calling them that. That faction is mid. It's like truly
and it's like you say, you know, that's kind of why I felt the way I felt just about the world title scene, because I'm like, you know, I too acknowledge that Gunther is on that level in the ring. You know, I love the matches that he puts on. It just, I'm also of the sort of like, you know, you don't want the Gunthers and the Jey Usos to look bad. So it's like when you realize, okay, like who do we pair with them? How do we create these good rivalries and build up characters? Like you said, you know, in the past we've had that, right? If The Rock goes out, if Stone Cold is gone for a little bit, we have guys we can kind of slot in, and we know we're going to get like quality rivalries, or it's going to be entertaining. There's going to be some story that we could just hold on to, but now look at Gunther, I'm like, okay, after he fights Goldberg, which he'll probably win, I don't think that's even a question. But like, you know, what do you do after that? Like, how do you book that? Who do you put against him? It's like, okay, I don't even know. Probably gonna end up being Seth and his faction, but I'm just like, man, it's like we haven't really felt like a cool build up for them.
Motherfucker, this weekend with the belt, you tripping?
Cool.
Gotta be, if you really trying to save Gunther like you're talking about, it don't need to be a match. Gunther should be weekend, get his ass while he weak.
Yeah. Shit. But I think, aren't they in Atlanta? And I think that's, you know, Goldberg's from there too. So I know you gotta give him some, especially if this is a retirement, man. You gotta give him some moments. I don't think he can just go out there and get his ass whooped. I don't think that's the way to go out.
Seth Rollins gonna cash in this weekend.
I need a spear. I don't want to see no jackknife. Please do not try to pick up Gunther for a jackknife. Oh God, let's pray. Let's pray. Bow your heads and pray Gunther makes it through this match.
Yeah.
If he gets jackknifed. But anything be like, I need to see the spear. I need to see the knock on the door for the entrance.
Yeah. They're ready for you.
Ready? I need to see his old ass do the
right squad.
I need to see his old ass. I need to see that one more time. I just hope Gunther makes it out, man.
Yeah, man. But I do actually want to jump into Night of Champions as well. You know what? I am actually liking this card. I know we kind of touched on the injuries a little bit, and you know there's a few people out right now. It's kind of crazy. Like Liv Morgan's down. I just heard
Yeah,
about
run through the
Dom.
card for me, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Run through the card.
Chad Gable's also just got hurt too. He's supposed to get
Okay.
shoulders. They already really lost that guy. But so what I seen what they did was they actually subbed in, I think 2 matches, right? Because it's we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. We're gonna have a street fight, which is Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. We got the United States title on the line, Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa.
Only match I'm
We got
happy
the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill versus Asuka.
matches.
And we got King of the Ring, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And of course, we got the final match, which will probably be the main event, John Cena versus CM Punk. So I, I I don't mind how the matches are. That Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn match seems interesting, but I don't think they've done enough build up to really get people involved.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a throwaway.
Because they just keep talking about Karrion Kross forever, man. I'm just like, all right, when is he gonna like pop off? Like it hasn't happened, so yeah, I don't know. That's there because I know I Dominic. What are they even gonna do with the Intercontinental title right now? Like it's so many things, man. But
That person got that. Don't worry about that.
so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Move
Now is the
forward.
time to get creative though. Like now
Yeah,
it's the time to see, like I said, every injury is another opportunity. And I don't mean to like be, disrespectful to injuries because of course you always wish well everybody a speedy recovery. But when I say an injury is an opportunity, meaning, all right, somebody got an unfortunate injury, step up.
step up.
We say it in any other sport, man. Next man up.
Next
Step
man up.
up.
What that character do?
What your character do? How you gonna brand yourself? What the promo looking like outside of the ring? You active on socials? You engaging with your potential opponent on social? How you building yourself? How you presenting yourself? It's important.
Yeah,
How you growing in this faction, Bronson Reed? What's looking good for you? What's looking good for you, Braun Breaker? What's next? How you going to step up?
that's so real.
Nah, it's real.
So real. But yeah, just real quick, what y'all thinking? I'm gonna skip over those first 2 matches I mentioned. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel. That's whatever. Sami Zayn
Yeah.
versus Karrion. How y'all feel about the Fatu versus Sokoa match?
Bye.
I want to see that.
That
I
shit
want
gonna
to see that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a show.
Yeah. I would maybe it's me just hindsight maybe, but I think I would enjoy that match the most if it's just a clean match, which I know it's not going to be.
Mm.
I think that match would really just be dope if those two guys just went at it. Pause. Just went at it, fought, everybody finishing move, really selling, really beating the shit out of each other, and then somebody winning. But they're not going to give you that on a Saturday night main event. Probably that's probably something you'll get on a SummerSlam. So somebody's going to interfere. Something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. It's probably gonna be that the tall dude they've been signed like for like 2 years and he just never showed up. He's like a 6'8" Samoan. I forgot who he's
Yeah,
related to, and I'm like they're probably just
another
gonna
one
call
of
him
them.
that. Yeah. Was that?
Huh?
Julio.
Yeah, Hikuleo. Yep. They
Somebody.
probably gonna throw him in the mix now. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
I'm about to have another Fatu come out.
This-
I am Arnold Fatu. Damn, we never heard of you. Said I'm one of Rikishi kids. Damn, nah, we definitely never heard of you, dog. Like
Yo,
we think we know all the Quiche kids. We damn near part of Samoan dynasty. How well we know them niggas, man.
For real.
I don't think there's another Arnold Fatu out there, but they pop up from nowhere.
Oh my gosh, for real. So
yeah,
yeah, what y'all think of
you don't
what
gotta
y'all think about
think the
Queen
whole.
of- what was that?
I'll say he think they all trash.
I think the whole card is trash, to be honest. I fuck with the little King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matches, but other than that, I feel like this card was just put together for money. I feel like everything right now is just for money at this point. That's why
Well,
we don't.
it's in
Why we
Saudi.
Cody Rhodes versus the Randy Orton, instead of it being bigger than what the fuck? Who wants to fucking see them fight for a fucking crown when they supposed to have a legendary 1-on-1? Now they just got to fight for the King of the Ring, and hopefully it's legendary and memorable. That shit ain't memorable no more. This ain't fucking the 90s.
Yeah.
We'll just chill on the King of the Ring. I'm just my this irks me.
Well,
We not y'all.
supposedly they got rid of the crown jewel.
Nobody even care about no crowns. Period. We don't care.
That just boggles my mind because what was the whole point of the belts they made last year and all that?
All they
It just I don't know, man.
is, bro, is tell us
Branding.
this: they fighting each other for the bag. Whoever win this tournament gets $1 million. Let's see who
Yeah.
in a contract for the belt.
Something, man.
Point blank. Period.
Yeah, the people in Saudi, bro, they pay top dollar to
We don't
get the people that they want over there, bro. Like
care about
Saudi is a complete money grab, bro. Every
Mhm.
time they go there, I'm like, yeah, let's just go over there, take all of the talent, run all of the money up, and then come back to the States where you're probably gonna put on your better events. That's how I view those events. So shout out
Yeah,
to Saudi. Maybe they prove me wrong. I think Randy Orton and Cody have the potential of being match of the night, but we shall see. I have no high expectations for the actual match between John Cena and CM Punk. I just don't look for that from them at this point. So it's not even a knock on them. They gave me many classic matches throughout their career. I just don't look for that for them. So once the promo is done, you kind of, for me with them, you kind of feel like the most hype of it all is done. You know what I mean? Like, because you really look forward to them. You really look forward to John Cena and CM Punk talking. If we're being honest, like that's what
yeah, the
their big
crack.
draw is right now. It's not putting on best in the world matches. So not looking forward to that at all. Jay Cargill and Oscar might be nice.
I was thinking that too.
Jay can't wrestle.
Listen,
I ain't,
I see improvement. I don't see like you know I don't see
that's enough.
Bianca Belair, and it's not to put compare two black women because I hate doing that, especially on a pod. But I don't see like maybe her being a top tier wrestler. But I think she's the biggest, probably the biggest like draw in terms of physique they got in that division. One could
Hmm.
argue Bianca Belair too, but like I think she's a draw, bro. She's a draw. If
Can't wrestle. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm good.
I mean,
we
I
see,
think they're gonna give it a crown though. Honestly, I think they're gonna give that to.
yeah, I don't think that's going to Oscar. I can't see.
Yeah,
That's obviously going to Jade, and it's going to be missed because I'm over it.
yeah.
But
I can not gonna make it look good.
been for a year. I'm tired of it. I don't like
yeah,
this.
it's another one. This is another one. Jay Cargill, it's your opportunity, man. It's your
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
This is
Step
your
up.
opportunity to step up. You heard the criticism because I gotta give her the same grace that I've probably given everybody else when they first get into the WWE. Like almost everybody was mid when they first got there, but you give them the grace. I think her botches obviously are high profile. We see them every day, but we could go back to some of our favorite wrestlers' starts in wrestling and be like, yeah, it really took you some time to get that footing under you for you to figure out who the hell you are and have fluidity in the ring. And obviously, the first one we always go to is John Cena with that, right? So it's like you got to give these people some time. I think it's a lot of pressure, but I think her time is ticking though. I don't think she has like years to be like, all right, let's figure this out. I think
Hey,
I think
you know,
she got to get it now.
John Cena was like 24. She's like a 30-year-old woman. Like,
Yeah, I get that, but if her body work, her body work. You
you
know?
got it. I don't want to say
Hold
sexy.
up.
Yeah. Nah, if her body work, her body work.
I can be honest about it because it's gonna be sexist. So I'm gonna just like you right, bro.
You
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Because the can't wrestle list is much bigger than just Jade Cargill. I just think she gets the blunt of whenever that conversation comes up. She's now the face of botch wrestling, which I don't know why.
Because
Because
she's a superstar.
bro, she's not the only one though. She's not the only one. It's about who you like. Because we was just saying the same shit about Jey Uso for a lot of his run, bro. It's just about who you like, bro. It's about where the draw is and who you like. Jey Uso, for as great of a promo guy as he is and great of a merch guy, and as over as he is, he be having moments in matches that make you go, what? Like what was that? Like how you missed that? Like how
That's why I
I,
feel like a
12 more
champ.
super kicks? You know what I mean? So it's like
Uso
I get
swag.
it, and it's all respect to Jey Uso because I'm a fan, but we can't act like that's not been a conversation around him too. But he don't get put as the face of that because we like him or the masses like him. I like Jay too, but I'm just talking about as the masses. So I think a lot of that just been harshly put on her because people have a narrative to push, and I'm not saying it's not warranted, but it is a narrative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I mean, Night of Champions, man. It's gonna be what it is.
It's gonna
That's as
be
much
what it is.
that's as much as I can
Exactly.
say about that. classic Saudi Arabia event, man.
Couldn't have said it
But
better myself.
yeah, that's pretty much the cap on that. Just want to transition to just our shout out for the week. Yeah, who y'all shouting out? Anybody in NBA, WWE? Who y'all rocking with?
I'll let
Who
you.
you
I'll
rocking
let
with,
you.
Dwayne?
Nah, I'll let you go first, Jay.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not let you. No, you can go first. Because you gotta be careful how people spin words, bro. And I try to be mindful of that. Like, I'm not letting you go first, but bro, if you want to go first, please,
Yeah.
please go first.
Got you. Damn, my shout out. And wow, let's see. I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna actually shout out Roman Reigns because I actually heard he's coming back.
Tribal Chief.
Yep. They
Maybe
supposedly
no
he's
more Tribal
slated.
Chief.
Right. Supposedly he's slated for SummerSlam. And they supposed to have him come back like a couple weeks before. So yeah, just because of the landscape, I don't know. I'm hoping he does something. I know it's not gonna be anything significant because he just do what he do. But that's my guy. So
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to Roman.
Roman.
Shout out to Roman.
Hmm.
NBA side, gotta give a shout out to the Thunder, man. They won.
Yeah, they won.
They did what they had to do. It took them 7 games, but hey, y'all closed
Yeah,
it. Injuries, no injuries. It is what it is, man. Y'all got the chip. That's man. Shout out to Shea too. That's another thing. Ain't done nothing like that since Shaq. So you
damn,
gotta give credit where it's due. Finals MVP, regular season MVP. Like that's great guy.
hundred
Great guy.
percent, bro. That's for sure my NBA shout out. That's no question. Shea, my second favorite player in the league, and arguably with the point guard that's on my favorite team in the league, probably the best 1 or 2 point guards in the NBA, right? So like you to hold that mantle and to hold that title in this NBA, to hold the Finals MVP and the regular season MVP in the same year, to be the number 1 seed all year, to just continue to have that steady. This is just who Shea Gilgeous is. It's dope because he's nice and he's not on the Clippers no more. So man, I tell you, that just warms my heart. It warms my heart. So shout out to SGA, man.
Thank you, Paul George.
When you get the regular season and the Finals MVP, like you were the best player that year. So he was the best player this year. Shout out to him,
Right.
but not saying he better than Jokic or any of those guys. He was the best player this year. That's period. But in the WWE, who would I give a shout out to? Man, I'm trying to
Baron
quickly.
Lamb. Man,
It
Baron
is. I'm trying to quickly run through all of the names. All right, yeah, surprisingly enough, WWE, I'm gonna give a shout out to Cody Rhodes. I think
Lamb.
Cody Rhodes has one of the best wrestling podcasts out in the game right now. I thoroughly enjoy watching some of those interviews. He just
I
had
agree.
one with Kevin Owens that was just like to see that side of people and you start understanding. And he's a great interviewer, right? Like doesn't take himself too seriously, lighthearted, whatever the case may be. The joke could be on him and it's not a big deal. I watched the Damian Priest one. Obviously, I watched the Randy Orton one. So shout out to him. Like a lot of good content. I watched the Bianca Belair one too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good content, and he puts on great interviews. And brings out great stories from people. I would definitely recommend that Kevin Owens one. I just finished watching that today.
Yeah, I did see
It
some
was
snippets
fire.
of that.
Yeah. He was talking about his neck injury and everything. So I guess KO is my partial shout out because that's like of all of the injury, all of them are sad. But like when you start hearing may not ever return, that's when you go, oof, you know. But
A guy like that, yeah, you don't want that. You don't
yeah.
want him to be out.
But the game give and the game take away, right? So that just is what it is. But my fault for being long winded on you.
Huh?
You ain't got no shout outs for this week?
My fault.
No, you good. Well, I missed
But
something. My fault. I did
bro,
something.
bro, start.
I was like,
I
I
got
thought I missed something, bro. Bro was so quiet. I'm like, I do something. I know I was looking down.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Shay, and then for WWE, I'm gonna give a shout out to motherfucking. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna give a shout out to
Yeah, you good.
to
We for the adults and the older kids.
I'm gonna give a shout out to yeah.
I respect that. Don't
I
force a
was
shout
speaking with the
out if
man
there's
too.
not one to be given.
I would say, y'all got to step up.
Or,
It's time for somebody to step up.
That's real. Step up. I mean, step up. Step up. I mean, subscribe to Mamba Maniac 24. We out here on the stream now too. We finally got that up. We got that going. Next week, I probably won't get to speak to y'all prior to next Wednesday. Is Flyota birthday. Happy early birthday, bro. Of course, you're gonna hear me say it to you on your birthday, and we're gonna connect. But I want the pod to know your birthday, July 2nd. I mean, happy early birthday. My birthday follow up the following day. So happy early birthday. We outside getting old. We finally catching up to Jay, Josh, and the rest of the crew. Burner. We finally putting our 32-year-old
Y'all got me.
green jacket on. We ain't got our 32-year-old green jacket yet, bro. We about to graduate next week.
Y'all got me feeling like Ric Flair in Evolutions.
The J jacket already in the closet getting dust. We ain't even get ours yet. Bro said I done did this a few months ago, bro.
Already over there.
Said, damn, we getting there though. But it's summertime for real, bro. On the pod, happy birthday, bro. Definitely hope you enjoy it. I mean, I appreciate it. We getting old. Man, and we figuring out something this summer. We doing a paint to the pit cookout or something. We gotta get outside, but yeah, we still recording. I'm thinking we just chopping it up like my fault, Jay. For you.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I mean that's really it, man. We paint to the pit. That was episode 19. So we appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in. We'll be back with some more great content very soon. So as always, appreciate y'all. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the views. Eat.
Yeet.